Hello guys, and welcome back to Feed the Beast Yogcraft, whatever. Now I've tried to condense a lot of stuff down. Now you may have noticed I've moved all my project tables. I've also made some more, because I'm going to today show you the Powersuit mod. Woo! Now, to try to make this a bit easier, because we've got a lot of stuff in here, I've condensed everything down into individual pieces and a chest full at the end. So this should run through quite smoothly, but we'll see how we go. So first thing I've got in this one is the tinkering table. Now once you've made your power suit and the power tool, which is a great item, you will see them, you need to use this to tinker with it. Now you may have already saw it in the corner, so I'll not need to take that out of there. This wiring is used throughout the whole process. So that's made with gold nuggets either side of a redstone. I believe it doesn't matter where. Yeah, brilliant. Next, so iron ingots and that kind of wiring. So basically all you need to make the actual basic suit itself is iron ingots and the wiring. So it's the gold that's probably going to be the most costly, but you could always go to the nether and kill some piggies for a bit. So yeah, so we make some power armor panties, wiring either side. Basically that's all. It's basically the same shapes. So there's the helmet, same shape as usual, but with wiring on the end for the helm.
You come over here?
And shape of a chest plate, but with wire either side of that one. Now in this one we have wiring, and wiring makes a power tool. Now these all need a lot of mods, but we'll get to that eventually. Now in here we have wiring down either side and iron ingots down the middle, makes solenoids. Now they're quite important too, because we need them to make these. Wiring at the top, iron ingot, and solenoids either side makes us a servo motor. Very good, very good. Keep up, because you will see what these are needed for. So we can make some glider wings, making a lovely little shape like this with iron ingots. Next we have force field emitter. Now these are used primarily as a good power like shielding using energy, and a few of the other items also need them for it. So that's ender pearls. That's why I showed you the minium stone last episode, showing how to make a lot of ender pearls, because you need quite a lot for this, and it set me back quite a lot of iron and other resources. So solenoid like that, I can hear it. I think my turret just killed a creeper. So yeah, that's how you make a force field emitter. I'll just do that as well. Next we have the force field emitter again, solenoid either side, with some glowstone dust, hence why I also went to the nether one episode before. Iron ingots makes us an iron thruster. Brilliant. Keep up with this. So each suit needs power. Now the basic suit, if I just quickly chuck it on for you, bow. That part makes it look like a university student's hat. You know, when they fling them in the air, kind of looks like one of those. I forget what they're called. But yes, that's how the suit basically looks as it is. And you get your power tool. But as it is, there's no power. It can't do anything because it is not powered. See, energy 0. So we need to make batteries. Now that's just the little low voltage battery made with wiring, some paper. There just happened to be some sugarcane growing nearby, which was useful because I had no other choice. An iron ingot makes a low voltage capacitor. Which way am I working down these? Yep. I was trying to keep this all very simple and short. So wiring gold nugget paper and lapis creates a medium voltage capacitor. This one is our high voltage capacitor, which I'm going to mainly use because it is the most, obviously you can get the most out of it, so it's great. So, ender pearl, wiring either side again, glass and glowstone makes the high voltage. Ah, blimey hell. I'm trying to keep this really simple, but I may be oversimplifying it. I don't know. So wool along the top, string on either of the sides makes parachutes. Now parachutes, semi not important for how we are going to tinker it, but it's, you know, it's an added thing that could be useful. That's a solar panel for this suit. You will only ever need one of those. There's only one part of this that actually needs that. So yeah, so lapis there and glass panes around the outside. So as you can see for solar panel, you can power this suit, but I'll show you all of that in due time. So the basic armor for this suit is iron plating. Well, basic plating it's called, but it's basically iron plating. Iron ingots around a bit of wire like this makes the basic plating. So obviously there's always an upgrade to that. Who wants it? Diamond, of course. Boom. Same pattern, but diamonds. Moving on. Right, hologram emitters is only, it's basically cosmetic kind of thing, but I have to admit they're quite amusing because you can basically make yourself invisible. So yes, glowstone, cactus green, rose red, lapis, glass blocks and wiring. You can kind of imagine why, because if it's a hologram emitter, so basically if you're going to stuff it, you need loads of different colours to mix in. So there you go, there's your different colours, your little bit of energy in there maybe as well, your basic wiring in there and your glass. And then finally we have our control circuits, which needs wiring in either of those two corners, gold ingot those two corners, glowstone in the middle, redstone and cactus green there. Now, seems like a lot to take in. It's, you know, it is quite annoying. But anywho, it all comes down to tinkering. Now, like I said, I've put a lot of stuff in here. I'm just basically going to grab... I've basically made quite a few of each thing. I couldn't remember off the top of my head what each thing was required. So I just kind of made a load of stuff. I hope I haven't missed anything, because I'd like this to go smoothly. But here we go anyway. So, through each armor... well, it's power suit. It's a suit. I keep calling it armor. It says armor in the title, power armor, but it just sounds really weird. Each one can have power put energy. Every item can have energy added to it, which is why we're going to install elite batteries on each and every piece. And luckily, it keeps your place on each one as you move down, which is good. So now we've got the maximum power we can. So you can see it appears in the top corner when you're wielding the armor and the power tool. When you wield the power tool, however, if I just exit this, scroll over to power tool, you'll see it goes up a little bit as well, because it takes that into consideration too. So, actually we'll start with the power tool. So plasma cannon. Use electrical arcs in a containment field to superheat air to a plasma and launch it at enemies. So basically this is your ranged weapon. So needs 2 force field emitters and 2 high voltage capacitors, and we shall install it. Now I always just stick this to full, just because I like, basically plasma explosiveness is creeper damage, because it's just, you know, but we'll tweak it as we go. So yes, we need a low voltage capacitor and 2 servo motors to add melee assist, basically make your punches better. So we'll install that as well. Now this I'm not entirely bothered about, because this part increases your knockback, basically how far the enemy goes back. Now I'm never that bothered about, because if I really, you know, it doesn't make that much difference to me. Impact is what I like. I like it to hit for 10 points. So, multimeter, a tool add-on that reads the universal electricity power generation in a wire. Now I couldn't seem to get this to pop up. I don't know if I was doing it wrong or something like that. I will add it, even though I'm not like actually bothered by it. Now these three here are basically making it so your power tool can dig, mine, and axe. Otherwise, it's basically just like a fist. You're basically punching the blocks. So we will install each of these. And to be fair, we might as well put it to full. It's going to seem really weird at first, but you'll see. You'll see. Now we can add a blink drive if we wish. Get from point A to C via point B, where point B is a fold in space and time. Which basically, I believe, it's like the ender pearl, the eye. I forget what it's called off the top of my head. Where if you right click, it'll send you places. But we'll install it. Blink drive energy consumption is 1, so it's quite expensive. So this is so we can add a larger crafting grid to ourselves, so we can literally craft on the go without having to go to a crafting table. So that's basically a control circuit that we made and a crafting table. Very convenient, nothing to tinker there. So we need to add this to be able to take off, to mine obsidian. I don't know why I said take off. So to do that, it's basically diamonds and solenoid. Quite simple, very good. Now this aqua affinity is basically it. When you're underwater, you'll obviously notice that you get a penalty for mining. It slows you down. Basically, Aqua Affinity reduces that. So install that. Now we can put that up to full, and now we can dig quite well underwater if we wish. So yeah. So we can change the color, but to be fair, I'm not very bothered about that. I can install it, but I think I'll just leave it for now. But that's just to show you, you can change the color. So for example, we'll change it that way. If I exit, we now have a purple power tool. But as I said, I'm not really that bothered by changing its color. So hopefully that's it back to normal. Yeah, it kind of looks grayer. Anywho, we'll head for the head now. Now this is quite funky. Basically, you add this and you can see at night. It's kind of odd, but we'll go through all of this after I've finished. So the solar generator. Now this lets you power your suit. So the more you're outside, the more power you get back. So we'll install that. No, we won't. Why not? I didn't produce a solar panel. Now where did I make one? I'm pretty sure you only need the one, so I might as well just take that one. I knew I'd forget something in this prep, but I tried to make this simple. So basically, when you're in daylight, just standing there, you will gain 100 energy. Nighttime 10. It's still something. So this is for the hardcore player. You know, to be fair, you will find that you know, on some servers, as soon as you start to starve, you are basically fucked. You are dead. Now, auto feeder feeds you automatically. So we'll install that. Efficiency, blah blah blah. Basically, stick that full, and you'll basically be fed automatically. Now, the upside means you don't have to worry about food. Downside is it automatically consumes any food that touches your inventory. So, for example, if you kill a cow, per se, it'll automatically eat the meat. Which, it sounds fine, but, you know, what happens if you are trying to make something, I don't know, golden apple? I know this is a really bad example, but make a golden apple. You've got an apple in your inventory. No, you don't. It's just been eaten automatically. You know, I'm trying to think of something major. Did try to make something, I think, with an apple, but I can't remember to save my life what it was. Basically, it'll be auto-consumed to keep you alive. Now, I don't. When it comes to that, I will salvage the pieces to make sure that it works. But anywho, water electrolyzer. Basically, you can't drown, but it kind of looks like you can drown because it'll go. The bar will go down, but once you've installed it, the energy will spark the water apparently, and it'll turn into oxygen. So you basically, when it goes down to 0, it'll go back to full, but take up 1 kilojoule of energy. So on each bit of ours, so we could put some basic plating, get a bit of protection. Yeah, it's a bit heavy, you know. Diamond. It's harder to make. It's lighter and harder, and more protective than basic, but it is harder to make because obviously it costs more diamonds. But we're gonna make we're gonna add energy shields because basically we want optimum power, like armor, because the other armor it's fine, but basically the more energy you have, that's why I've installed these big batteries. Basically, you put the batteries to full, fill them up, and basically I've sat in lava for like minutes on end just trying to tinker with some digging underneath, and just the damage is minimal, if that. It takes a lot of ticks before you die, basically. So we're going to install that on each one. Now on this, you'll notice you can make a transparent armor so you can see your skin instead of without it on, and there's also Citizen Joe style, an alternative armor texture of the Industrial Craft 2 forums of Citizen Joe, but I don't know what the hell that is, and I'm not interested. That, however, I will, because I like to see, basically, now if I look at the suit, I will see my basic head, which suits quite well with the power armor. The helm is it just looks terrible, in my opinion. Now, if I go back on to, yes, so we're moving on to the torso. Now, active camouflage. Emit a hologram of your surroundings to make yourself almost imperceptible. I didn't think that was a word. Oh well. Oh, I can't install that for some reason. Do I not have enough of those things? I may not actually have enough hologram emitters. I'd only made a few. Oh, I need more control circuits. Wait, control circuit. Bonk. Anywho, install. I'm not 100% how this works. Ah! My head's invisible. Okay, actually, I really don't like that. I assume it's make the item transparent so you can show off your skin without losing armor. So I assume you've got to have that installed on every piece. But no, I actually really don't like that active camo. Will not be using that. Anywho, continuing on. Glider. Wait a minute, did I actually install night vision? I didn't install flight control, I'm sorry. Control circuit. You'll see why we need flight control soon enough. So, back down to where we were. Glider. You know, it basically, if you hold shift and forward while you're falling, you'll just glide forward. Useful, of course. Parachute is obviously why we got some parachutes. You hold shift to when you fall, and you basically have a softer fall, but kind of overrides gliding. I'll install it anyway, but you know. So this is why we need flight control. Jetpack, freaking fun, awesome. Install, because on the Yogcraft there's no equivalent exchange. Well, there is, but shit. So you can't use your flying ring. There's no ring of flight. Is it Swift Wolf's Rending Gale? I believe it's called. So yeah, that kind of sucks. So we'll stick that to full just for giggles. It'll probably fly far too fast, and I'll change it later. But anywho, basics. Each one will have the same cosmetics. So I'll not be looking at that every time. So I'll leave battery again. Kinetic generator. Every time we move, we will gain power. Sounds good. So we want to make it so that we power each. But it basically increases your weight. Now weight is fine at about 10, 15-ish, depending on how you tweak these ones. Now these ones are your movement. So you can get your sprint assist. So basically all the weight that we add to this all comes down to these parts here, because if I stick everything to full power and full weight, I will move it'll be no point in even doing it, because you just wouldn't move anywhere. Yeah, I can fly, but I can't move very far. So you have to put in sprint assist. And that keeps you going faster and further, just as you would expect. Jump assist, as you can imagine, helps you jump. Swim boost. By refitting an iron thruster for underwater use, you may be able to add extra forward or backward thrust when underwater. Always a good idea. Always. Uphill step assist. A pair of dedicated servos allow you to effortlessly step up 1 meter high ledges. Why not? You know, might as well. There's no extra tinkering problem really. Now in the booties, same armor. Oh, I've just realised I haven't installed it on every single piece, have I? Ha, silly me. Anywho, back down. Shock absorber stops you taking as much fall damage, so we'll install, but we'll instantly put that right to the top because I don't want to die. Jet boots, always brilliant. Bit of extra boost. Yep, stick that on. Full power. Now this is where I'm going to start tweaking a little bit, because I like to have the battery a bit higher on some pieces. It kind of goes down energy wise, so basically stick these all about, I don't know, bit of extra energy. Auto feeder on full. Generator. Now I need to tweak these so that they're all quite high. Energy per damage, if I want to just actually for each armor we might as well put that to the top, because it doesn't seem to affect our weight, but it will affect quite a bit. So boots tend to take the most, it tends to take energy from like your feet upwards, I believe it is. So your feet will basically is the best place to add the most battery capacity. So that's already 10 kilogram. Now everything else should be fine, but basically if I close this now, I have now got full armor, as you can see. Now I'm just going to quickly glance through to see if there's anything else I need to tinker with on this one. No. So power armor, I like to have everything on full boost. Energy shields up to full. Now we want it to generate as much as it can, so we'll put its weight up a bit. Now sprint assist is where, so as you can see, I've added extra weight to myself. Oh my Jesus Christ! So basically I am now insanely fast, and I can, oh my freaking lord. Holy crap on a stick, Batman. Yes, right. I'll have to quickly show you this. If you click K, you can basically, oh, it's actually carried over from the old server. Basically, if I press F, it'll switch on my backpack. I can't even remember what that is looking at it there. Backpack, glider, and I usually always put something else on as well. That, I think. Just, I like to link them all. F. Flippin' hell. Glider off. Why is it double glider? I don't want double glider. That's just stupid. So that's what's making me go insanely fast. So just, that's my normal walk speed now. That's me climbing blocks quite effortlessly. It's actually more of a problem than anything else, so I'm actually going to turn that off. I'm going to salvage that because I don't really like that. Anywho, now you'll see I don't obviously weigh very much at the moment, so you know, we'll put these all up to half for the moment. But every time I increase the battery on these things, it's going to add more weight. I'm going to roughly add these all up to half, except for the boots, which is going to stay full, and this is going to go full as well. Yep, that's all tinkered with. So yes, that's what I'm going to put for those ones. I'm going to put that up to boost because I like my jump assist when I'm not, basically when I'm not flying, I want to jump like a mofo. Put that up to full. I took that back off. Shock absorber full. Jet boots full. That full. So we are now going to go play. Right, so if you hold down shift you can switch through all of these. So you can see that above my armor. It basically appears, I believe, above wherever your tool is. So we've got our multimeter, plasma cannon, crafting bench, and blink. This is going to be a really long tutorial. So blink, I assume does, yeah, basically right click, zoom. It's, yeah, oh, it's firing ender pearls. It's kind of odd. I would so basically it's like a blink. So yeah. Anywho, shift down. So I've got my crafting table. I can now craft like that, which is pretty awesome. Multimeter. I'm not sure if this works because the last time I tried to do it, it did nothing. Oh, brilliant. So yeah, I can basically dig quite fast as well. So, plasma cannon. Single shot, if you want. Oh, good. I'm not even holding it down, it did that damage. Let's find something to shoot. I can jump really high, as you can see. Might stick that assist thing back on because I think it usually helps you get over the top. There's definitely a creeper around here somewhere apparently. Is he down the hole? No, apparently not. Right. Perfect excuse to use flight. So all I'm going to press is space. Now basically you kind of have to keep with the flight control on. Oh goodness, flying is not enabled on this server. Now I have to tweak that, but basically I'm going to stop doing that for now. I didn't think that applied on this server. So night vision will automatically renew itself, but basically this is what I see. That's what it's like normally, but I've got my brightness up to be fair. And that's it, no. So it looks a lot brighter, but it's not. So we tried the blink drive. So right. So we're gonna let's just practice on. Let's just shoot this hill, shoot the tree. So right click charges it. If you hold it down, fire! Boom! Creeper damage. Just destroy the rest of the tree. Boom! Boom! Destruction! Let's go into the nether. This should be fun. Unless I do what I did the last time and get myself stuck because a gas blew it up. He's up there. So let's kill a penguin. Boom! Now obviously they... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now this could go hideously wrong quite quickly. Because I can't actually fly away from these guys. Because it's not enabled on the server. I'll change that at some point. I'm not sure how, to be honest. I want to see what it's like to be hit by one, but I'm pretty sure if I remember rightly, they still hit like a mofo. Boom, 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 boom. Free stuff galore. Okay, so can I easily get down to some lava? I'll show you in fire, just to be safe. If I stand in fire, I'll lose. You can see in the top left, I'm losing energy, but no health. Yet. I think it does eventually. But basically, taking damage, and it's fine. But yeah, so basically you saw a little bit of flight there. It's not great, but I'll show you again later. So yeah, that is the power suit mod. I'm still taking damage. Am I still actually on fire? No, I'm not. That's great. So you'll have to forgive this episode for not having a bonus little portal gun bit at the end. I'll bring it back next time, because this will be a long, has been a long episode. But you should now be fully aware of the power suit and how to do it. So yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ciao for now. Hi guys. Just a quick little extra for you there. So the server said flying not enabled, so I thought I would show you how to do that. Now I had to download a program called Notepad++, the actual symbol ++, so that I could hopefully edit this. So go to where you've saved your Yogcraft server. Now mine just happened to be called a file called Yogcraft. Server.properties is what you need. So edit with Notepad++. Now this is where you do your changes. Now basically, if you have a look, a lot of it says true, true, false, false, true, true, false, false, false. Basically, you need to find where flying is enabled. Allow flight equals false. Now all you need to do, simple as anything, is change that to true. And there you have it. That's it. Now this is where you can tweak the odd other things. So you can change the difficulty. I could change the difficulty. Maximum players. I don't need 20. Let's set it to 5. So yes, spawn monsters true. So I can switch monsters off if I wished. Max build height. You know, you can change all this stuff. But all I really wanted to change was flight. So let's save those changes and close down. Now I'm gonna relaunch the server and relaunch Feed the Beast. Give it a second. So now, hopefully, now you can see it's changed maximum size to 5, but let's just hope I haven't totally fucked it. Oh, it's never good when the night vision starts to go, because it flashes a lot. But I believe I can now fly, if I switch it on anyway. So vroom. So let's go over to the NPC village. It's not greatly fast, but this is basically your only way to fly in this freaking mod. Which is kind of depressing. But, you know, whatever. I'll speed this up. Anywho, finally arrived. Now, while I'm here, again, I'm going to kill them. Die! Oh, that was brilliant. I blew a hole in the wall and then killed them all. And then I'm gonna loot all this stuff. Anywho, goodbye and see you next time.